I have hands. Do you have hands? This door, this door, the one that we're about to walk on, showed itself and opened while I was on my way back to the flat. Wait, please excuse me for 1 second. I have to go check something. I have to be careful, because the camera is not very stable. Okay, yes. Yeah, I was about to reach the train station. I was walking, and then there it was. The frame lit up. There was nothing, and then suddenly there's a door. So since I am walking anyway on the physical world, I also thought, well, I could also walk there. But of course, I am the only one who's seeing this because it's inside my head. So I'm walking on two streets, places at the same time. The one that is visible to me and to everyone else, and the one that only I can perceive. But now we will try to perceive it together. So I think the first question I would like to ask is this: do you believe in this concept of air of mystery? Like when someone, are you indented? Just told you. This frame works, okay? Or not. This works. Where eye level, I think. Yeah. Do you believe in this? That when someone walks in the room, or on the street maybe, or anywhere, any space, there is some kind of air of mystery, or they change something that is not visible but could be felt on everyone else's skin. Do you believe in this? Because I think I kinda do, because I felt it with some people. And I was thinking about that concept earlier, because I also saw some people in this particular dimension, in the web, in the internet, or even heard some people who are in my physical world, sharing the physical world with me closely, in close proximity. Ha! But yeah, you get what I mean, right? I know you do. They spoke about this, and one of the perspectives that I got was this air of mystery is something that could be achieved through withholding information about your life, about what you think, about, I don't know. But I have another perspective. I don't really believe that the air of mystery can be achieved by withholding information. You can give the illusion, maybe. Some people can do it well, maybe. Because I have seen, some people online, they speak about this in such great detail of, and I'm like, maybe that works for them. Maybe that works for some people, but I feel like it's more of creating an illusion than actually having. It's kind of creating an illusion of having it instead of actually having it. Did I get my point across? That I don't think it could be achieved, or with withholding information. I feel like, or I think and feel like it is a byproduct. This air of mystery, it's a byproduct of something that happens within the human being. It's not something that someone consciously creates. It's a byproduct. For example, the idea that I was thinking about earlier, this air of mystery is a byproduct of a human being who somehow has gained or achieved some kind of control on the impulses of his hands and his mouth. Because you can think of many things in many degrees, in many severities, or in many ways. But it also happens that the person will not act on any of it. But it doesn't mean that it didn't cross their mind. Right. It doesn't mean that it didn't cross their mind. Because for me, sometimes controlling the impulses, it feels like putting your palm on a running water from the faucet. Let's imagine this is the faucet, and it has a running water. When I feel the emotion, which is usually caused by something outside of myself, and I feel it very strongly, I feel something, an action that wants to come out, an action, a vision of an action maybe inside my head, or just, I'm not sure where do action comes from first before they reach the hands. I don't know. Maybe you can enlighten me. But yeah, for example, it's a vision, let's say, of an action, and before it reached the hand, and I don't want it, for example, to reach my hand. So I kind of do this to the running water, that to the water that decides to come out of this specific faucet. This water, and it wants to come out of my hands or my mouth. I want to say something, or because someone else did something or someone said something, and I want to, but I don't. Because of circumstances. So I kind of, but that doesn't mean that the water disappears. Right. It doesn't mean that the water just suddenly, poof, gone. No. No, at least that's how the impulses work in this particular system. The water it will go somewhere else. Maybe not in this direction, not in this direction, not on the face of the person that I'm interacting with, but it will go somewhere inside. Let's say this windmill is inside of my soul. It will go inside. And you might ask me where, and that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it will go, but it will go somewhere else. That also brought me to the, yeah, this door has quite a complex forest on it, behind it, or yeah, when you enter the door, you see it's a complex forest that has parts not obeying gravity. Anyway, that also made me realize, for example, how people, well, I have thought of it before, but I'm not sure if I have worded it or spoken about it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, I don't know, but I will speak about it again. For example, let's forget the fact that I have a name for a moment. Let's say that this is a reality where humans don't have a name. They're just humans. I am just human. I'm not Dominic. I'm just human. I am some kind of arrangement or product of many people that have come before me. And these many lives that have been lived in ways that I will never know about, have affected how I am constructed. In the mind, in the mind, yes, in the flesh, in the every aspect of me is just there's so many like people that I will never know, and their coding data is somehow still you get me, you you get me, right? I hope so. By default, this air of mystery, every human is mysterious because you'll never know what the construction, how the human is constructed internally, what the ones that came before him have done, what kind of people, his form resulted from I, but so by default every human is mysterious, and I think some people just have this unfortunate circumstances of being too comfortable. That's why these doors don't get rattled and don't get opened, and the personality don't really, you know, don't really go ah, ah, ah. That's the shortest. I cannot put it in words. Yeah, I'm thinking of some other ways to rattle these doors, to kind of unlock them and actually see what's behind. Because we inherited a lot of each of us, I think, inherited at least 1,000 doors in our personality. Maybe one lifetime is not enough to explore all of it. Anyway, we explore as much as we can. If we're interested, I am interested. So I like exploring these doors. Anyway, don't have a question because I have to run now. I promised my friend that I will call. Yeah. May you have the curiosity to rattle the doors you've inherited.